Alright. So I'm back to playing this Crimson Tears game. And honestly, right now in modern day time, what's going on, what I'm watching, information, 2x KO has flopped. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I could tell it was going to flop when I saw how the game plays. When I saw that was actually how it plays, the second I played it, I knew it was going to flop. I knew it was going to flop. Before that, it looked decent, and because I always saw the same attacks, I was suspicious that it would flop because, well, it's a fighting game. Why is the only thing you can do? You get in the air and then you slice around and then now you're on the ground again. Right? It's like I thought at first that it was really good players playing or some shit, right? But I learned more, and it's like, no, this is that pseudo knowledge type stuff. That's why this game failed, because of pseudo knowledge. When people are stupid and they just come up with rationalization because they don't know what they're talking about, but because people are listening or because it's written down in a book, then people just go along with it because most people don't know this information, so most people just agree with it because it's the information that's in the place where you're supposed to listen to that information. Right? So you end up with this pseudo knowledge where it's really the dumbest fucking shit that could ever come out of a human being's mouth. But instead, now we're thinking about it as though it's peak information, as though it's great information. Oops. I'm trying to. So I'm just going to talk about the real reason why 2x KO failed. I was watching a video, right? And the people's logic behind why it failed, it pisses me off. You guys are completely wrong, and at a certain point, y'all just have no idea what you're talking about, okay? You have literally no idea what you're talking about. The thing that pissed me off actually a little bit is there's these two brothers that work with Riot Games or whatever. They made Roblox netcode, blah 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 blah. Right? They need to stick to the part of their job they're actually good at. But I was watching this video and they're saying stuff in this video that I don't know if the people said this or not, but if they did, it just is annoying as fuck. They were saying stuff like they got the idea or the philosophy or whatever that, you need one button input, and the guy was presenting this information as though like fucking directional inputs are, holding back game, and when you need a combination, you're up, down, left, right, blah blah blah. People who have no idea what a video game is are making video games. That's what we're really seeing in modern day times. Okay? The left, down, up, right inputs in a video game are not there to make the game harder. That is not the point of the game. The point of these directional inputs when you do left, right, up, down is so that certain abilities and certain attacks is not something that you can just do repeatedly. And I'll give you an example with the game I'm playing right now, right? I can press kick and then I can press punch and then kick, right? And it launches an enemy. Why is the launcher attack on an input string? Okay, this is the logic. This is why you guys keep making up stupid shit, and make these videos where y'all are just saying stupid shit. The reason you would make the launcher be something where you need to do an input before you do it is very simple, and I'm building up to telling you the actual correct information why, okay? It's so you can't spam the juggle and infinitely keep someone juggled. It's that simple. You guys make these videos, y'all talk about this stuff, y'all have no fucking idea what you're talking about. The whole point is so that you cannot infinitely juggle enemies, so you can't infinitely do tap powers and attacks. That's why you would make these inputs where you have to do something before you do the actual thing. The only logic that y'all are saying that is actually correct or makes any sense is making fucking one button special abilities, right? The reason it makes sense to make one button special abilities is because a lot of the times specials are something that you can use to stop somebody's attack, right? Specials aren't just a special. You can make someone bait out their special. Sometimes a special ability is a fireball, right? You don't need to always be doing inputs and stuff for that type of stuff, you know what I mean? So you can have the lower special abilities, the weaker special abilities, the things that are powers, be simple. Like, you take out a gun, you just shoot a gun. Bullets fly. You don't need to press down forward to shoot the gun, right? Every time you shoot a bullet. That would be a little bit ridiculous, right? But if it's in a fighting game or something where I'm, playing against an opponent, you know how I can stop that player from spamming locking someone into getting shot at and across the screen killing them. Well, now you gotta press down forward before you do it, so you at least have to do that delay, right? And boom, it just goes back to what I was originally saying. The fact that Riot made this very stupid 2x KO game, the game failed because it fundamentally doesn't agree to anything that is reality. I play this game and people can just do shots. People can just do all these abilities from across the fucking screen, and then you're stun locked from across the fucking screen. Y'all genuinely have no idea what y'all are talking about when it comes to game. Maximilian, all these people talking about the FGC, y'all genuinely have no fucking idea why 2x KO failed, bro. Y'all are actually stupid. But it's worse with the actual developers, because the developers are doing this pseudo knowledge that I was talking about from the beginning, where they're the people in the correct location, right? They're putting information in the correct location, blah blah blah, so people will just believe the dumb shit they say. These people are saying that they should take away, the directional inputs and put all the abilities on directions. So what does that mean? That means that they really come up with a way to create less content, right? Because they're not going to go through and also use directional inputs the way that they should. They should use both systems, right? You have some abilities that are directional inputs. You have some abilities that are, you know what I mean? Some abilities are just whatchamacallit, the single button in the direction. That way, like, let's say if you want a special ability that does extra damage, you know what I mean? Then you would use your one button stuff, and then if you wanted just an ability to throw out, right? You use your directional stuff. And then the reason is because the directional abilities, special abilities, when you're just using one button, right? All of those would be whatchamacallit. All of those would be taking meter, it would have a limit. You can only do it like with 5 times a match anyways. Some of your abilities in these games, you can only do them 2 times a match. It's very situational, right? So it doesn't matter if you put those special abilities that require a whole fucking full bar of meter, right? But these people, you guys have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Maximilian, the people who developed the fucking flop of a game that was, you could tell this game was gonna flop the day it fucking came out, bro. It's just so dumb that they made nothing. They didn't make a real fighting game. And it's crazy because they spent 10 years doing it. I thought that they were going to have like a real game. And it's just like, dang, man. It's just wild. They were there cooking stupidity the entire time. For real. Just absolute moronic information that they used to make that game. And I liked the game. I liked 2XKO. But the fact that I didn't know all this extra information, this is stuff that I know now. Right? That they were like trying to change the fighting world. I thought this shit was just gonna be, something like Riot Games League of Legends. You get in, you play, there's a rank system. I thought that's all it was gonna be. Like that's why I liked the game at first. Because I thought it was just going to be, oh, well, this is a game that you play. And it has its seriousness, and then it has its, I thought it was just going to be a game. If it's just a game, then yeah, what they're talking about is, it makes sense. All this bullshit that they made up, all this pseudoscience, all this pseudo-intellectual fucking bullshit about creating, attacks and stuff that don't have inputs and all of that. And abilities that are one button. But if you're playing competitively, like this is why the FGC isn't a real organization. Because when people bring this up, if this is genuinely why y'all are making this shit, for the FGC, it means that y'all have no qualifications at all. You're just morons yapping. I could take over the SGC and it would completely fucking improve because I would be able to actually make games for the FGC if I had the budget that these people have. Just based off knowing what not to change about games. And it's like, I would never go into a game company and be like, oh yeah, we need to get rid of these things in competitive games. It's actually stupid. So when we're talking about what they did wrong, it's just that if they really wanted to do this whole idea of we're making games with this directional, like, let me give the solution because I have been just kind of yapping. The solution is very simple. You put both types of inputs. I don't understand why this isn't the inherent evolution of video games other than the fact that no one really knows what they're doing in the game developer scene, right? So when we're talking about what you would actually do, you would have your directional inputs, and that would all be for combos. Everything that's a directional input would completely be for combos. So any types of combos you want to do, you would have your first generic combo string where you're just pressing the attacks, and that would be your simplest combo string, right? Then you would have your stuff. Holy shit, did I go the wrong way? Okay, I went the right way. But you have your generic combo stuff where you just press your full combo and it goes through, right? Then you'll have your directional inputs to do specific attacks. So if I want to do an uppercut, you just press up you press attack, right? Very simple. And then you would go in and you would have stuff where, you know, you have your lock on, and your lock on has different attacks, and it follows the same logic of pressing up, you press down. Very simple shit. All of your actual attacks will be on some type of directional input, some type of combination. And then you get to your special abilities, and your special abilities are shit that runs on, whatchamacallit. That runs on having meter and, you know, all these other little things. And it's crazy that this is not the conversation that you guys are having, and it just proves the shit that y'all just have no fucking idea what y'all are talking about. So many of y'all have no fucking idea what you're talking about. You have completely no idea what you're talking about. I've heard people say the dumbest shit, actually. Shit like, oh, you know, what people did was they made their game and it was meant for people to have fun, and like people really loved the game so much that they really committed to it. That has nothing to do with why these games were fucking successful. These games, the reason they were successful all comes down to the fucking control scheme and how it felt to do everything. That is 100% why these games were successful, my dude. It has nothing to do with how people felt. It has everything to do with how the games fucking played, whether or not the games were good. You guys keep doing this pseudo-intellectual bullshit where y'all have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And the saddest thing is that it stretches all the way to the fucking game company, bro. That same stupid ass logic of like, oh, I'm just gonna make some shit up and I'm correct because it's what I'm saying is how I feel. I could literally fundamentally break down why games will fail and why games will be a success because it's that simple to understand. It has nothing to do with me being smart or me knowing anything. It's just a simple fact that when it comes down to how things are when they're good versus how things are when they're bad. When things are bad, you have fucking one thing. You don't have as many possibilities, right? If you're locked in a room, what does that mean? It means you have one option. You're gonna stay in that fucking room because you're locked in a room. That's not fun, is it? No. In order for you to have fun or entertainment in a house, you have to be able to move around and go to multiple rooms, right? So why the fuck, once we start talking about these games, y'all design these games, these fighting games are retarded, my dude. Almost every single one of these fighting games, look at the game I'm playing on the screen right now. Every single one of these fighting games, their exact same arena is this. This is every single fucking fighting game arena. If you think it's not, you're lying to yourself. This is every single fucking fighting game arena. And then all Tekken does is allow you to do this. And motherfuckers really think they're going to revolutionize the fucking fighting game scene with this right here. They really thought, oh yeah, 2x KO is going to be amazing. They should at least put the effort into making some shit like this if they're going to make it for 10 years. Fucking dumbass people. You know, it's like, it pisses me off because I didn't know it was this bullshit where these morons are trying to, you know, conquer the fucking, you know what I mean? They're trying to conquer the fucking, this shit's just so ridiculous. They're trying to conquer the whole fucking gaming world with their fucking game. That's why they spent. It's like, you know how dumb you had to, like, oh my god, bro. You know how dumb you had to be to sit down working on some shit for 10 years and you actually have no idea what you're doing? Like, actually, bro. They actually have no idea what the fuck they're doing at the Riot Games place. And that's fucking insanity, bro. Like, you know that I could just go there and make billions of dollars right now. because I fundamentally know how a game should be designed if you wanted it to be good. You see shit like this wall right here? Turning this wall into a breakable wall would make the game 10 times better, because now if I attack an enemy, right, and they hit the wall, boom, now the wall breaks. And now we have more fighting arena that we could walk to, right? Because pretend this wall is right here and you can't walk forward, right? Right? Like you can't walk in here. As soon as you kick someone into the fucking wall, break it, now you have more area. And now your whole fucking fight changes because you locked this person into this fucking square, right? And now you're beating their ass. Right? And then you might think you won, then they parry your ass, right? And then they hit you through this wall, and now there's this bigger area. There's this area that we're fighting in now. So now the person tries to get around you, and you try to get your position back of winning, and then boom, they start breaking every fucking wall. And then maybe this is the edge of a building over here, and they hit you off, and you fall, and you're falling now, right? And then boom, y'all transition into another map. Why the fuck is that not games by now? Y'all think that y'all wouldn't revolutionize gaming with the shit that I was just now making up? Fucking retards. Retarded ass fucking people, bro. None of you know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to games, bro. Like, you can't listen to any of you guys' fucking opinions or dialogue about games because you're fucking retards. Y'all actually have no idea what makes a game good. That's fucking crazy. This is why Rumbleverse, for example, I knew Rumbleverse was gonna fail too. Once I started playing it, I'm like, whoa, this is it. Y'all don't. I thought Rumbleverse. I thought they were gonna have fighting styles at least. You know how crazy it is that they didn't have fighting styles. Their whole game would have not been a flop if they just had fighting styles. Like, what fucking morons, bro. And then I remember hearing people like Maximilian in their videos talking about this shit. Talking about how it was fun and it seemed like a cool game before I played the game, and it's like, bro, you niggas just making shit up. The game feels horrible. The combat actually had less depth than the combat I'm playing right now. You know how crazy it is that fucking Rumbleverse didn't have this type of combat? Oh my fucking god, if it had this combat, it would have done like 10 times, 20 times better. It actually would have sold well. Hold up, let me show you something else. You see how I have an inventory here? They had a fucking inventory system that worked like this. And then you could just take out your weapon. But like, let's say it's on the D-pad, you just press one direction, you just keep pressing right on the D-pad, and then you press your weapon button, and you pick it up, and you take out your weapon. They could have had B be their weapon button. Like, oh my fucking god, like, look, I just pulled out a weapon. Like, you niggas are so dumb. You're actually so fucking stupid. And then if Rumbleverse had a game mode like this where you're just running through dungeons and you could play the game, and then you also had the battle royale, holy shit, that game would have been amazing. Because this would have been basically your simulator where you practice the combat, you practice combos. This would have been your AI bot simulator, and then you could use all the money that you get from doing this game mode to upgrade your characters' outfits and buy outfits so that you don't have to walk around the way these three characters are just walking around in the same fucking outfit. And then they could have introduced their microtransactions where you have the outfits and shit you can buy. And then they could have had outfits you can get from completing these little dungeon things. And then when you're done playing that mode, you walk out and you go into your battle royale mode. Right, and then you queue up in your battle royale by going to your fucking queue up location. You know how fucking stupid it is that that's not what the revolution of these fucking games were, bro? It's like, y'all could hire me right now and I just make you fucking monkey ass people so much money. Cause it's crazy. It's crazy that y'all are so stupid. that you're all actually sitting here thinking that no, we actually shouldn't have designed better stuff for our games. Like, it's so stupid, man. Like, it actually pisses me off to think about this shit right now, bro. And I'm just gonna keep yapping about this while I'm playing this game. Like, it's so dumb that like, people who take what I'm saying in this video would be like, "Oh, you're wrong. You're just saying things. Blah 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 blah." That's how much y'all have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Where the fuck is the... Oh, I think it auto-clipped. Yeah, it auto-clipped. Got my katana. But it's stuff like... In this game, I'm just gonna... like, I'm showing off this game to show off things that would have made some games better. And things that would make... whatchamacallit. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Okay, yeah. I'm showing off this game to show off things that would make things better in games and things that in general would have worked to keep something like 2xKO alive. This whole combat system, you see how I just have a sword right now? It's like, when I get money, I'm gonna, like, this is cool because this is a katana too, right? In this game, you have a fighting list for shit that you can unlock, your combo list, for singular weapons and for dual wield weapons. All they would have had to done is make better animations, and it would have been Gucci. They would have been great. They would have been set. And I actually need to be using my fist weapon so I can level it up. But it gives you the basic combo. And it's stuff like this where if Rumbleverse had shit like this in the game, it would have been so much more successful. If it had this item system where you're walking around, right? Because it was a battle royale, you're walking around and you could find weapons. All they would have had to have done, instead of making it RNGs, have stores, right? S-T-O-R. Have stores. You can go to the weapons store. And then these stores are in every section of the map. You can have your armor store. And basically you go to these stores and everyone's fighting for the gear in the store. And whoever wins gets the gear. And then what you do is you walk around the city, you walk around the map, and there's loot crates. And then these loot crates have random shit. But if you go to the store, then you have a specific, if you go to the store, then you have a specific weapon. There's like 2 of each weapon in the store. Like boom, that would have made the entire Rumbleverse game a successful game that wouldn't have died out today. It would still be around, because guess what? Fighting styles, there could have been a store for that too. It could have been a training area, and in the training area you have to fight the NPCs, and each NPC, what are they called? I gotta think of this word real quick. A dojo, right? There could be dojos, and then you fight the NPCs at these dojos, and that's how you get the fighting styles you want. This way, fighting styles are like this special thing, and boom, if you understand what I'm saying, I'm coming up with how they could have had their stupid combat system where they have nothing and then still have combat that you can go unlock. And then once you master one of the styles, you can use it as your default fighting style. So it'll give you a reason to go to the dojo and keep picking the same fucking NPC to fight. It'll give you a reason to be like, alright, I'm gonna steal this kill from another player. Right? You could watch someone fight one of the dojo master people and then go steal the kill. There's so much possibilities. And these motherfuckers made this horrible fucking dog shit game. The Rumbleverse game. But, you know, I'm almost done ranting about this stuff now. Because this is kicking a fucking 2-decade-old dumb horse. You know what I mean? This is kicking a dead horse with this conversation, bro. Because if I had any control over these fucking games, the way that these two brother moron people had fucking control over the games, bro, we would just have tons of successful games. Because I literally know better than these morons, bro. At this point, I know better than the entire fucking game industry. Just look at all the bullshit that these motherfuckers are making. I completely know better than every developer. All the games that we grew up playing, I know better than every single developer, bro. And it's not even arrogance. These motherfuckers have made game after game after game that's fucking stupid. Why did God of War, the new God of War games, why did they take juggling out their motherfucking game? And then they put it back in with the woman. So they used it to try and sell the woman instead of just making their games, bro. It's just so, there's so much stupid shit that I can bring up and talk about. I could literally talk about it all day because the fucking game industry is full of people doing stupid ass shit. Like, look at how much juggling changes the combat, even for this game. Right, like what I was doing before what I was doing in the game looks entirely different now once I start juggling them. It's like if you were watching this gameplay, you might not even know that I was able to juggle before because I just wasn't doing it. It had me borderline about to die. There's reasons to juggle. And these motherfuckers will go make entire games and just not design juggling, bro. Like, so fucking stupid. Like it's just so stupid, bro. Like, I hate that these people work on these games 20 years, they make 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, you'll make 8 games, and then you'll just refuse to add the things that would make the games good. With this game that I'm playing right now, if they had just made it where you could cancel combos, so like you can knock the enemy out right during your combo. If they made it where you could cancel the combo and then start another string, this game's combat would have been on a whole nother level. It would have been fighting game level combat. And that's how simple it is to make that's how simple it is to make a full combat system. That one thing that I just mentioned could have been implemented would have changed this game's combat a lot. It wouldn't have like revived the game or made them have a great community or nothing like that. Because in order to do that, they would have just had to made a better game altogether. Because this game suffers from the same thing of fighting games where you're in one map, you're in one arena, 1,000 hours. So of course people don't want to keep playing that shit. But it's annoying to think about. Like, it's annoying to think about that there's developers who see that games have currency and say, no, we're not going to design a currency system. You see that games have defenses and gear. No, we're not going to design a gear system. It's like, dude, it's just so fucking dumb. All this pseudo intelligence shit, it really gets on my nerves. Because with video games, it's the one place where you can, whatchamacallit, where you can have any fucking thing. And then people keep making these games that are just absolute trash. I'm gonna put this sword up. Cause I don't want to break it. I'm gonna have to maintenance and all that shit a whole lot. Do I have any more gloves in here? But as you can see, right, this one game, this 2 GB game, has literally every single game feature that would make certain games successful. That would fucking, like, it's so annoying, bro. This is a 2 GB game. Rumbleverse could have had every fucking mechanic, everything from this game, and that would have made it a more successful game by default. Rumbleverse could have had all of this shit. And the worst part of it is that if you tell that to the developers, they'll just go copy the game. They'll just copy a game verbatim, and then water it down and plug microtransactions into the shit. And they don't have any idea of, like, oh, you know, let's just use microtransactions for specific things. No, they're gonna sit there and plot about how they can try and get fucking microtransactions everywhere. It's fucking stupid ass shit. It's like, developers actually piss me off. Cause it just gets to a point where, like, bro, y'all are borderline retarded. And one thing that's great about this game, for example, is when you use the lower level gear, right? The lowest level gear, you can actually upgrade the lowest level gear to be like level 500 or some shit. All you gotta do is keep repairing your gear, right? This is something that I want to actually implement into a game I make. You can keep repairing your low level gear, and then eventually your low level gear is going to be to the level of like level 500 gear. And it's going to be the cheapest gear to upgrade. So this is why you would do this. Because it'll be the cheapest gear to repair, blah blah blah. But it only goes up by 1 damage every time you upgrade it. Right? So what ends up happening is you'll keep around your favorite weapon and it'll have its uses, and then eventually one day you'll upgrade it, right? You'll turn it into a new weapon, but it'll be a weak new weapon. It'll just be that version of that weapon. And you can see this system with the gloves here, right? These gloves are level 2. If I just keep playing with the same pair of gloves, I can get like fucking a level 500 pair of gloves. But then Right? We're gonna start talking about how this could be battle royale type aspects. If I lose the fucking gloves, right? Because I die and someone takes them. Because in this game, this is basically an extraction game. So you can die and just drop all your shit if you don't rescue your characters. So having that as a part of a battle royale would be great if there's something like, oh, you know, if someone does an execution on you, they can take your fucking gear, right? And then all they do is they get like an XP buff on their gear if they have that gear, or they get your gear with like half the levels. Like this is a system that you never heard of because motherfuckers just don't make real games. Motherfuckers aren't making shit up. You're like, shit, I just made that up. That was the only time in my life I ever thought of that. It sounds like a cool ass system. Like if I had Riot game budget, I could just throw that shit together tomorrow and see if it works. See if people like it. But it's fucking annoying because we sit here and we talk about these people who've been making a game for like 7 fucking years. I just came up with a game feature that I think literally could actually revolutionize gaming. And how long did that take? Shit, I was just annoyed and I came up with that shit after like fucking what? 30 seconds of thinking about the shit? Yeah, these dumbass developers making a fucking game that flops. That they've been making for the past 10 fucking years, bro. Fucking dumbass fucking people. And I was a little bit excited for their RPG, but at this point, I'm pretty sure their fucking RPG is just a fucking remake of World of Warcraft, but it's fucking League of Legends characters. Probably, right? A top-down, or maybe it's like RuneScape or some shit. Like there's no way to fathom that they're out there actually making anything special, new, or interesting. After this colossal fucking failure of a game. And it's crazy because if you look at this game here that I'm playing, right? These enemies are not actually this easy. I just have strong weapons right now. All of that upgrading that I was talking about, you can do that in this game because that's a tactic to min-max. You can either upgrade weapons by paying and upgrading them, or you could just fight with them. You see how these swords are level 1 now? And it's just all these little things, bro. Like, when you sit back and you think about it, it's so fucking annoying to think about. That we come up with all these different... That people have come up with these systems, right? And then motherfuckers will just go copy fucking... What's the name of the game again? People just go copy World of Warcraft. Copy Dark Souls. But a system like this would reward you for playing the game for real. And it would reward you for playing the game in a way where you could probably get microtransactions to have different skins for your weapons, and you can put that shit on your favorite weapon. But people are just copying battle royales. And right now, battle royales don't really make a game. A battle royale makes some shit where, oh, you know, you come in, you make a purchase. You come buy your favorite skin. And it's just so annoying to think about, for real. Because, like, these people are completely just trying to capitalize on trends and shit, bro. Imagine having a job for fucking 10 years and all you're trying to do is make a popular trend. You're not actually making your fucking... It's just so stupid, man. These fucking dumbass fucking people, bro. Like, it's crazy. I'm a top tier developer. I just don't have a studio. That's the reality at this point. I'm fucking what is it? I'm fucking I don't even know what to compare it to. Compare this situation to. Oh, I'm basically Gohan. You know what I mean? I'm going to school and shit, you know, and then I low key have like the highest power level out of any of the other developers. But you know, my mom prevents me from going in to actually develop things. So I have to spend the past 20 years just, you know, struggling to learn how to develop games, and because I have learned coding and programming over the years, but I didn't ever get taught it. I had to wait until it was on YouTube, and I learned a little bit of coding. Then I had to wait until there was better resources on YouTube, and then eventually I figured out what to look up. It was like HTML. I looked up HTML. I started to learn about that. And then I started learning about game engines, and people started making more and more videos online talking about stuff. So, holy shit, that was a lot of damage. I have to use the gun on him and just take out the blicky stuff. Stop having these fair fights. It's holy fuck. I didn't even realize he was gonna grab me and do all that damage. And that's the thing, this game has so much you can do. Like, look at this shit. I'm about to pull out a gun on somebody. Oh, dang, I missed. Oh my god. He came up and hit me though. Because I'm bad at the gun. The gun has bad controls. But yeah, I'm like basically fucking Gohan. Low-key, the most powerful Super Saiyan to ever exist. The most powerful game developer to ever exist. You know, I just haven't had a way to actually unleash my fucking, what is it? My fucking ultra colder instinct. Right? I haven't been able to release all of my programmer rage. Right? I haven't been able to get in there and just freely make video games without any pushback on my ideas. Right? I haven't been able to be just, you know, fully moving around at my full capacity, operating at my full power. Right? Oh, they got someone shooting at me. I don't even know. And then he got a rock right there. That's annoying. It's like there's a cool aspect to this game where like you can play on 1 health if you're really good. Right? You can just keep doing your abilities. But when you get low health, you might as well play like this because you get the most damage. And that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. There's so much diversity to this game. This game has a level of depth that like sadly just won't exist in a large amount of games. Like, so fucking stupid. Bro, he shot me as soon as I was out. I didn't use my power right. I needed to try and hit. I need to do that only with a broad weapon, not the fucking dagger things, not the dual wields. But yeah, I'm pretty much done yapping about what I was yapping about. I just wanted to talk about that because these people are so dumb, bro. What level is she at right now? Let's see. Level 10, she got 200 HP, she got decent attack. So she shouldn't die when I go in there if I get hit. It's like one of the worst things about doing this part, going to rescue them, is if you use a character too weak, you'll go in there and fucking get knocked out in like 2 hits. And then you're fucked. You lose all your shit, all your experience that you collected. Right, like I'm not worrying too much about dying either. A minute is enough time. It's crazy too. This game has such. Oh, she left. It's crazy. This game has such a depth to it. Like, there's so much that you can do that you don't even realize the game is actually kind of low-key amazing. Like, this game has so many aspects of games that would just do amazing in other games. But man, it's just annoying to think about all the shit that I'm thinking about right now. Wait. I thought this whole time that the experience you got went to the other character. Who got 1,600 experience? I don't even fucking know. Oh, she leveled up off of that. She's level 11 now. But yeah, man. I'm gonna upgrade these and then sell them. I'm trying to get new commons blade and then upgrade those. I'm gonna upgrade them and repair them.
If you're not buying, get lost.
And then boom, that's how you can make money in this game too. So you get certain weapons, any weapon that's a higher rank. Like these, I'm about to make these army knives. I'm about to make these be like level 2 and sell them too. But like, there's so many aspects to these games, bro. Like anyone in Riot Games, any developer, you watch this fucking video, and you need to copy some of the shit that's in this game. Stop going out y'all's way to copy dumbass shit. So y'all better not be trying to make fucking World of Warcraft with that new fucking what is it that y'all are trying to fucking make? A MMO, whatever that game was. I don't know. They got something else in the works. At this point, they're trying to take 20 years to design that dumbass shit. They're too stupid to know how to make fucking in-game systems and economies and shit. So they're trying to take 20 years to make it. Meanwhile, games like this have more depth than most MMOs. This is a perfect upgrade system and all of that for an MMO. And this shit took them, I think, like, what, 2 years, 3 years to make this fucking game? I don't know how long it took them. I'm just yapping at that point. But I'm pretty, because most of these older games, it took the development teams 2 years to make. It didn't take them like 20, 30 years. It did take them 15 years to make these fucking games. That's one thing I do know about the time limit. I mean, the time of how long it took to make this game. It didn't take them 8, 9, 10 years. You can say that it might have taken them 8, 9, 10 years in terms of, well, did they know how to program? Did they know how to code? But in that regard, then it takes me fucking 30 years to wipe my butt, because fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just pseudo intelligence talk about how long shit takes. Right? Because fucking, you wipe your butt every year, right? So that means that you're 80 years old. It's gonna take you 80 years to wipe your fucking butt. With that fucking logic, that maybe it took them 15, 20 years to make this too, because it's fucking. It's like, I hate when people try to make those type of arguments because it's retarded. They go, oh, it took them 15, 20 years too, because they had to learn how to code and they had to learn this and learn that. No, I'm talking about when they got the idea with the company, and the company started saying, hey, make this game. Alright, cool. It's like, this shit right here didn't take 10 years to make. But it's just annoying because we sit back and we think about all the games that could have existed, bro. And motherfuckers are taking 10 years to make that dog water ass 2x KO, bro. Fucking stupid ass people. And it's crazy because there's so many good game components. There's so many good, even Rumble Versus, for example. There's so many good things that could go into the fucking game. Like, why wasn't there daggers? Why wasn't there, you know what I mean? Why wasn't there guns and shit? I get that they wanted to be wrestling and all that, but that's the type of shit that should have been coming. They should have had those types of updates coming. Oh yeah, guys, we have weapons. It's not just gonna be go grab a stop sign and throw a stop sign forever. These morons really be thinking that their game is gonna be popular and stay in the limelight and shit. Fucking stupid ass people. But yeah, guys, you're gonna like suplexing people off of buildings. Like, no, people are gonna stop going on the fucking buildings because they don't want to get dropped off the fucking building in one shot after a while, right? Like, that's what's gonna happen. Because people become tactical in a situation. And then the game was so bad that you could do shit like stand by a wall and like prevent people from doing certain things. Because now you could like throw a stop sign at people. I remember playing that game. I had gotten really good. I had gotten to the highest ranks and it was boring as fuck. Well, at the highest ranks at the time, for me, it was like, you know, once you start to get in a lobby where everyone fucking knows what they're doing, basically. And the reason I say this is because I would play against people who knew how to like cancel attacks and all this shit, and I started playing like them. And then I got higher and higher in the ranks of the matchmaking system in that Rumble Versus game. And it got to a point where like we would just be sitting there waiting for people to fight, and then we would like throw a stop sign at them. We would poke someone down, we would just throw a stop sign at them. And then we would show up and grab one of them, and boom, that was how you farmed kills in Rumble Versus. The whole game was fucking solved. And then you would always get a player who, well, you couldn't fight them, and you would have to run away from them because the game's combat system was so horribly trash that a player could just beat the fuck out of you and force you to not beat them because it was a rock, paper, scissors system instead of a combat system. It was borderline just a rock, paper, scissors toss-up. So every time you did something... Damn, I found a rare weapon in here. So So we're gonna sell these daggers soon. But every time you did something, it was a deficit because it was rock paper scissors. Someone could play the rock paper scissors. Like, this is the problem with making a rock paper scissors fighting game, right? Someone can play the rock paper scissors before they even start fighting you, and boom, now they've won the rock paper scissors. Oh fuck. I had to get back to the teleporter room. I'm dumb, I went past it. But someone can just play the rock, paper, scissors before getting into a fight with you. This is the problem with making a fucking fighting game that's so simple. It's basically rock, paper, scissors. I can sit down and I can go 1, 2, 3, rock, while I see you throw scissors at somebody. And then the other person is paper and you're rock, but because you're beating their ass, now they're making the same play as you because it's rock, paper, scissors. So now you're both scissors and I just throw a rock at both of y'all, even if the other person played paper, right? Fuck, I said that wrong. Hold on, let me re-say this. The problem with playing a rock, paper, scissors system, a game so simple when fighting, is if you're beating someone up and the person you're beating up played paper and you have scissors, right? I can play rock to beat you. You're the rock. Because you're beating up a person, now you and that person are playing scissors. So I have rock, you're paper, and then paper would have beat something, right? They would have beat my rock. But because you're getting beat, you're playing scissors, so I just smashed both of you because you're both scissors now, and that's the problem. That's the problem with the Rumbleverse fucking game. That every fight was already decided if the other players just had a better fucking fighting style. Right? If they had the Kazuna drop because these motherfuckers just went in and copied a bunch of other fighting games, then they could pretty much beat up people in any altercation. But then, if you had something that was better than the Kazuna drop, then you would beat that player because the Kazuna drop, unless it's very strong, wasn't a good fighting ability because it takes too much time. Then, when it came down to abilities that pushed people away, those were goated. They were too broken because you could push someone away, and because you already solved the up close system, right? When you're up close, what was the problem? That people could just slap you, or they could roll out the way, and they could just infinitely roll, right? And they could just infinitely be away from you, and then they could just do a ability that overtakes your attack. This whole system's retarded that they made with the Rumbleverse as well, because there should be a priority queue up for fighting games attacks. And the fighting game should have a priority queue for the fucking attacks. If I do a grapple on you, I should have to be in the right position to grapple you. I shouldn't just win our encounter because I pressed grapple. It's like, I shouldn't just win because I pressed certain shit. This is the problem with the game. It had no positioning system, even though it was a battle royale, even though it had all these different types of moves. Every move was the same move for real. It had all these different moves in the game, but every move worked exactly the same. So it didn't really have all these different moves. And it just became this really stupid thing it just became this really stupid thing where motherfuckers could absolutely whoop your ass because they just couldn't. You just couldn't do anything. Because everyone knows the system, right? Everyone pretty much knew the system. I knew the system when I was playing it anyways. It was a pretty like bad fucking combat system with the fucking Rumbleverse, but like this idea that you guys have that these fucking one button fucking games are gonna be successful, like you guys have no, yeah, like you have like you don't understand. Y'all do not understand fighting games to any degree for y'all to think that these fucking one button games are gonna take over the whole fucking game. Because even what I was talking about in the beginning of the video with the this system being needed in this Rumbleverse game, if motherfuckers needed to do inputs, that would have balanced the game a little bit. Because okay, well maybe I don't know the input to do the Kazuna drop, right? So I can't pick up a fucking Kazuna drop and just beat the fuck out of everybody. Or I can't pick up the fucking whatever. Let me learn my fucking inputs first. Oh, maybe we're fighting and I accidentally didn't put in the input and I lost because I didn't learn how to manage my fucking inputs so I could do things that have functionality instead of just fucking press the button, mash the goddamn button. Like, people are just so fucking dumb when it comes to this video game stuff that people are really out here pretending as though fucking there's not functionality and reasons why you do one attack over another one. Like, this combat system here, I'm making it look like there's hundreds of fucking attacks, but I'm really just doing the same fucking situational attacks and stuff and doing the quickest attacks and all of that. And it's like there's reasons why their system was just retarded. Like their fucking the Rumbleverse shit felt like a demo combat system. Like they had where you could like charge up the attacks, but you couldn't realistically charge up an attack because motherfuckers would just do an ability, right? There was tons of stuff where the only time their systems ever came into play was if someone was stunned, so they weren't real systems. It's just so much shit about fucking games, bro. Like, literally, I could just get flown out to a company and make them $1 billion in the next 5 years.
My favorite customer.
It's like shit. I could have a fucking company person watch this video, and if they actually fucking listen and they're not a sensitive little bitch,
Come again, won't you?
they could just go make something amazing. It's a shame that so many of these people are dumb, horrible at their fucking jobs and shit like that. Dang, this one's 1,000. I wonder what it'll be when I upgrade it. I want to just upgrade it and then sell it. But if it's a sword, then I'll be able to dual wield them. And then it has a rank. Unlike all these other fucking things when I look at them, it has stars on it. So it might be good to keep. Okay, I got one common blade. The common weapons are what I keep and upgrade. Same thing with like this glove here. I want to just try out this Emperor sword. I want to see what it looks like. Actually, not try it out, really, just to see what it looks like. But it's so annoying to think about it, man. It's so annoying to think about it. Because this game right here, you can infinitely play this shit for years. It would just be enjoyable. Okay, so basically most of their swords look the same. So I'm not gonna see like a special interesting looking sword. They have different effects when you attack. That one has shadow or shade, whatever. So I'm gonna check that out. But it's so annoying to just think about it, man. Like, dang, bro, these fucking developers are just out here making flops, absolute fucking flops for no fucking reason other than they're fucking stupid. They're horrible at their fucking job. They need to get fucking fired. It's basically one shots them. You know, dang. Like, it's crazy that this could have been Rumbleverse fucking combat, but they hired a bunch of fucking monkey ass morons to design their game. Like, we could have been fucking like I don't understand why they didn't design this and all of that suplexing, dropping people off of building shit would have been much better idea. But it's like motherfuckers really be out here just not knowing game design, so they think that they'll just make their little flop and it'll just be successful because, oh, look, we used all of the abilities that were in other games. Kazuna dropped. Remember this, guys? Don't you guys like that? You should all play our game because that thing in Ninja Gaiden is in here too. Fucking stupid ass developers. Like, I hate that they look at things like the Kazuna drop as like a dagger. Yeah, let's just put Kazuna drop in our game too, guys. They don't look at it as like, oh, you know, this is what this character does because he's a fucking ninja. Let's add ninja class to our fucking game, and then we can create a fucking whole ninja in Rumbleverse. Or you can be a sumo wrestler, or you can, like, these niggas really sat down and said, no, fuck all that. We're just gonna give everyone the exact same attacks. They borderline are making a tech demo and trying to sell it to people. As like this next big revolutionary fucking game, bro. Like, that's what most developers are doing nowadays. And it's genuinely annoying. Bitch, don't shoot me. But yeah, I just wanted to yap about that while I played this game. Because all of that shit that I'm thinking about is just annoying, it's frustrating. I could be rich as fuck, bro. I could just be a trillionaire, actually. Because I would just make game after 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 game, bro. You don't just have the ability to copy and paste and just create infinite templates, right? And then go and alter your templates and then make a different game. Y'all can make a good game template. But instead of doing that, y'all are sitting here making these dumbass online games with your ability to make templates. And they're taking their template and trying to sell that shit to everybody. And saying, oh, look at Rumbleverse template. Oh, look at our fucking... What's the name of that game again? Fucking, what was it? Look at our 2x KO template. That's all this shit is, bro. Some of this shit is genuinely just templates. Because they got the same fucking attacks. Everything works the same button. Everything's the same shit. It's just a template. Instead of them making a real fucking system. Actually kind of depressing. Because it's like, fuck, we could have had good games. We could be hiring better developers. Because how do we keep hiring these dog shit developers at these companies, bro? We could have had good Dragon Ball Z games. We could have had amazing fucking. We could have had better fucking Street Fighter and Tekken, bro. Imagine a Street Fighter or Tekken game where you had a whole city you could run around. Or even you just had dungeons and stuff the way that I'm playing this with Street Fighter or Tekken or some shit, bro. And then you can have customization, and then you take your character, this character, let's say you could take this character into online, and then like all of your gear, your stats just go away, and it's about your base character stats. It's crazy. It's crazy that we could just have 10 times better games, man. Genuinely disappointing. It's even like that. Fuck, I forgot the name. It was Tom Clancy games. Even those Tom Clancy games, the most recent Tom Clancy games, bro, those pissed me off too when they came off. I didn't care that much because it was just shooting games. But now I'm gonna yap about that a little bit too. They had the guy who did the Punisher, bro. They had the opportunity to make like the best fucking game ever. But instead they made horrible combat. I could remake that whole fucking game. I would love the opportunity to work with that dude, bro. I would have made a game where like you could roll on the ground and you could jump around and shit. I would have made like the best fucking shooting game traversal system. And then I would have done some shit where he could have like a instinct mode or some shit where he doesn't slow down time or nothing like that. His jumps all change, they all alter. Right? So like instead of jumping and diving on the ground, instead of just rolling around, he starts doing like acrobatics. And it'll be a meter that you build up from not shooting and all that other stuff. So when you don't do things, it'll build up. So every time you're not doing stuff, combat wise, it'll be building up. So it won't be something that you have to like, you know, learn how to build it up or nothing like that. So basically, let's say you get in an engagement, you start fighting some people. If you jump and you do your abilities, like, I don't know what abilities would I have in that game. I wouldn't have had those dumbass abilities that they had where like it was turning into something that it's not. Where you fucking have guns and there's all these fucking abilities like a grenade, all that dumbass shit. If I had abilities, it would have been something where you it would have been something where you use abilities based on your body movement. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say right now. I'm just playing the game and I'm not thinking it through all the way. But the abilities would have been based on you know, like, can you do a cartwheel? Right? And then the cartwheel has some invincibility frames. Right? What I'm getting at is because it's a shooting game, all of the abilities would be movement based. So you learn how to do cartwheels, you learn how to run and jump over a person, right? You learn how to grab someone and throw them, right? Like you would learn all these different things and it would just be combat abilities. Then, when you add your focus meter or whatever it would be called, the thing that I've been trying to talk about, when you add that to it, it becomes more acrobatic. So you get like a base version of these things where, you know, it's just a simple toss of a person. It's just a simple jump to a location, right? Jump in a direction. And when you get the ability, now he does stuff like he'll throw his hand out and he'll flip. and then you can chain them, and you can, you know what I mean. But it'll run on this meter, and once you're out of combat again, once you're not doing anything, and it won't be based off being out of combat. It'll be based on whether or not you're doing anything or not, whether or not you're doing these acrobatic movements, right? So once you stop doing them, then it'll start back recharging. So like, let's say you're fighting someone, you're hand to hand, punching them, and then you do one of these, it'll go down by like, let's say every time you do it, it goes down by 5% or something, right? So once it goes down by 5%, if you're not doing anything for like 5 seconds, then it'll start back recharging. It'll go up by like 2 every second. Oh my god. But yeah, it'll go up by like 2 every second. And then boom, that'll be the whole system. It'll be some fire ass shit. That's what I would have made. That's what I would have made for a fucking Ghost Recon. All of that shit got treated like trash. That whole system I just mentioned, it could have went into all of those Tom Clancy games. Every single one of them. All of those flops that they've been coming out with the past few years. Where's the door at? Where's the next? Why am I heated up too? Can you use coolant while you're heated up like this? Dang, I'm about to level up. I just wasted my health. Just wasted my health item. But there's a high chance I could die, so it's not entirely wasted. Shit, I could just talk about games all day for real, for stuff that would be amazing to make. Let me drop this. There's 2 fucking weapons here. I mean, not 2 weapons, 2 items here that I need. But like Dragon Ball Z, even, it goes back into that conversation of... It goes into that conversation of, why the fuck are we not just... Why the fuck are we not just making a combat system that I was mentioning with fucking, whatchamacallit? What's the name of that game that I was mentioning it with? Rumbleverse. It goes into that conversation because that's insanely stupid that there's not a Dragon Ball Z game with fighting styles in it. Isn't the whole story of fucking Dragon Ball Z that they're mixed martial arts people and all that other shit? Right? They're all doing. They're not mixed martial arts, but they all do martial arts, right? So like each one of them know a different martial art. And then they also have alien martial arts and alien information. Isn't that what the Saiyans are? Oh, these are fucking a race of elite Saiyan warriors. It's like all of this shit that people talk about. Why don't y'all just make the actual shit that y'all keep saying that all this shit is? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. But it just comes down to like, oh well, none of this shit is really any of those things. This is just what people say it is. That's just advertising. I mean, that's just the marketing. That's just how they get you to be invested. They just say that it's all that shit. Same thing with the game industry. There is no game industry, bro. Otherwise, some of what I'm talking about would just be how shit's done. You wouldn't even be allowed to work at the fucking place if you think some of what I'm talking about so far shouldn't be in a game. You're just a moron. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about either. Like, so far, everything that I've said about games is just the correct fucking information. There's like these games and shit, when they fail, it has nothing to do with FGC or not FGC or all this retarded ass shit. It's about was the fucking game good, and a lot of these games are horrible. Fucking ass. And Devil May Cry is a great example of that. Devil May Cry is probably the greatest example of what happens when a game is just ass. I wonder if they have inventory upgrades in this game. I wish they did. Walking around with low inventory sucks in games. It's like I feel like you need bare minimum 20 space in any game. I move so fast right now, I don't even know why. Did that level up give me a fucking movement speed boost or something? A movement speed enhancement? Yeah, I don't even remember which one was the last thing I was talking about. I was saying something about Dragon Ball Z. I got a little too much of something in here right now. Makes sense now why they give you more money than items, because you don't have a lot of inventory space. So like that, I guess that's that part of their balancing. They should just had upgrades for inventory. So you can't really use. I was thinking that I could have whatchamacallit, each type of coolant in my bag, but no. Well, actually I could come up with a more aggressive playstyle where I start off the game using my whatchamacallit, using my heat meter. I could start off the game using the heat thing, right? Get my heat up. Then run around to basically use up the I'm gonna have to drop something for that. That's a very rare item. I need to get that. This is annoying because I'm investing too much into doing this map right now. But I want to talk about this Dragon Ball Z stuff. Because Dragon Ball Z is low-key one of the the best franchises that could possibly be created in terms of fighting and all of that shit. But only if you're actually doing what the franchise is said to be. Fuck, am I going the wrong way? No. And it's so stupid that we don't have Dragon Ball Z set up as what they say the franchise is. Like they say the franchise is all about fucking fighting, but they don't have games and fighting styles. Like they say that the show's about family, but like they don't have the characters just go have kids and shit, and then you make new characters and then you just continue the series with the kids of the new fucking characters, and like it's so much stupid shit that if they wanted to make a really good game, they actually fucking could. They could make something amazing. Okay, so I need to put all these items into my fucking bank. And then there's so much shit in terms of combat that you could have when you have Dragon Ball Z type of stuff. Like imagine if you could punch someone, right? Teleport to them and then punch them. Like you could literally juggle the fuck out of enemies. Bro, like Dragon Ball Z has so much potential. And all they would have to do is fucking create a fixed damage system, right? So like let's say every level you get, it doesn't go to your damage, it goes to like how fast you build up your ki, how fast you can charge attacks, right? That's what all your levels go to. And then you train your character, you get strength from like working out and eating. But all your working out damage maxes out around like let's say 20, right? And your base form. Then when you get your Super Saiyan 2, when you get your Super Saiyan form, you go up by 10 damage. And when you get a ki or an aura or whatever, or something like Kaioken, right? You go up by like 5 damage. Then when you start using all of these transformations though, the transformations put you up by like your first transformation puts you up by 10. It puts you up by more than what everything else puts you up. Then your second transformation puts you up by like 15 damage. And then your third one gives you 20, and your fourth one gives you 30, right? Like that's what we should fucking have. That's what we should fucking have for this, oh my god. Oh my god, so you can't even shoot him? What is this thing? I don't even know how to fight this enemy. This is ridiculous. Do I need like bombs or something? I can't see. I keep thinking there's an enemy nearby me. Oh god, so this is not even that hard of a boss. Let me drink one more of my fucking health. Okay, it's lame that he attacked after doing his attack. This is a horrible boss. Like, holy shit, man. This is the same type of shit I be talking about. Like, if people can make shit like this, imagine if we had Dragon Ball Z games that were actually designed with this type of shit, man. Could probably be amazing. Oh, he's not taking damage anymore. Alright, do I have, oh my god. Okay, I still have coolant. Okay, cool. Okay, now he's fucking chasing me. He's changed up his fighting tactic. Okay, so this is one of them bosses where you just gotta outdamage the motherfucker. And you probably need to use your heat. You gotta be tanky, bro. You gotta have all your fucking... Yeah, this is like a Broly fight. That's what this is. This is that Broly type of shit. Okay, so if I get my heat up... Okay, I don't have the damage to kill this motherfucker. Oh my god. So hopefully I keep my experience and shit, right? But yeah, this is basically like a Broly type of fight. That's what I would expect from a Broly type of character. Like, that feels like what a Broly fight should be. Oh, this motherfucker just tank your shit, and then you underestimate him and get fucking killed. That's the type of... that's the type of shit I would expect from a Broly fight. And then he just starts chasing you around and shit after a while. Oh fuck, I didn't even know that I was gonna have to fight him again. Dang, what I needed to do was, I might have to close the game, honestly. This is gonna be the end of the video. I can't keep this save file, bro. I had some good ass weapons and shit. I'm probably not gonna get my paralysis, get my other shit back. But I'd rather lose everything I had from not getting it than lose it from getting it and losing it. You know what I mean? So I'm about to just close the game. That's gonna be the end of the video. I'm done ranting about this bullshit. You guys are stupid. You don't understand why games fail because you're stupid.